Okay, so if we're live, we're live. If we're not, we're not. Okay, so I just did the little ping pong ball face shot. I used once again the out not alley bow, PMZ Archery Mongolian Horse Bow. So you really do get confused with all the bows you get. You're trying to figure out. Well, I have it in my hand. I should know what it is, but not always the case. Yes, loud semis go by. So anyway, this is one of the bows I really go to when I want to do some practice. It's got a good feel to it. I like the string. I'm gonna have to get me another string very soon. I really haven't waxed this one too much, although I have the wax right here. Um, but the other ones are kind of gooey, so I got to get the bow strung up and go out and stretch them out a little bit, so that way I can get all the bows shot in one day. Great weather today, but I did inside stuff. Really might get out and do some outside stuff tomorrow. Um, it just depending upon if I can get to the park or not to get everything done. Talk to them, tell them what I want to do, and go from there. There shouldn't be anything going on right now. All the snow's melted that we just had. It was 4 inches, a little bit more depending upon how the wind blew and drifted everything. So it's really mucky and muddy out there, and the park will not be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna see if I can go up towards the 13 acres area that we have. Um, it's pretty neat up there, so it's not down on the racetrack or behind it where I would be normally, because that's going to be hard to get my car back. I'll get my car stuck. Period. So, and I have to drag all that stuff out there by myself, so it's not going to be any fun. I'll try and take somebody with me to help me out with that, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, this bow here is $75.99. 2 days it took to get to me. Um, you'll see the package in the video where I unboxed this. It was damaged. Amazon or USPS, that happens. I worked for UPS over in Europe many years ago, and I know how the things actually work. One guy will actually, instead of hand, toss the box to him. Hey, guess what that was? Or try and guess what that was. And yeah. So it gets a little bit sketchy with the way people put those boxes into the trucks, because I was a loader. So yeah, I like those jobs. Uh, so when you look at some of these bows, you see how they're constructed. This is probably pigskin wrap right here, and then you have your twine, and then you have your fiberglass. Probably most likely a composite bow, because you have the wood part here, and then you have your tape. And now the tape is starting to come apart or break off right here, so it's probably getting a lot of stress on this top limb. And the more limb you have, the heavier arrow you can shoot without worrying about shattering limb or having accuracy issues as far as launching them. They're not always going to impact the same. And when you twist your string, if you seen that video on string twisting, it will change the position of your knocking point. So if you're going to twist your string first and then put your knocking point on. I did mine 5 times. It lowered it, so I had to readjust or untwist it and put it in there correctly, just so that way the knocking point will not be. You'd think it would be no difference in it, but it did lower my knocking point by a little bit, and I was shooting down here instead of up here where I want it. I want it right above that leather, almost a lip, if you will, that is creating such a groove right there. So it's almost placed to where, like a shelf bow, almost to where your arrow goes right in there. And this is bad katra. So if I were doing my katra properly every single shot, which you don't do, I mean, no one does, then you don't have this like this. Okay. But I've shot probably close to 200 arrows off this already in the short time that I've had it which is almost a month. And I plan on ordering some heavier bows through another source. Um, I will go. This is the PMZ Archery Mongolian Horse Bow. I will go through Alley Bow and get a heavy draw or Yam bow. That runs about 80 pounds. I'm still looking at the wanting to get the um, medieval or English longbow, but they do not have that specific. I cannot find anyone that goes over 100 pounds. Even if I went to Etsy, there are the ones on Amazon for about $153 that go up to 120 pounds, but they're just sticks that are they go in their breakdown, and I don't really want that. That's not the nostalgic part that I want. I want a Osage orange or a U-bow or something to that degree of the actual structure of what they did way back when, and do it that way. So that way, it's a lot more fun. It's a lot more accurate in the depiction of what you want. But also at the same time, the alley bow, heavy draw, or the UM bows that they have military, um, two different versions of that, and they go up to 80, but the heavy draw goes up to 110. So I'm going to get the 110. It's only $140 for that. And then there's shipping involved, taxes. It'll be about 160, maybe 170 max. It all depends. And that's, pretty much how I want to do that. So I'm going to get the heaviest bow I can get, 120, 165, 180 maybe. People's like, you're going to pull back a 100-pound bow? Well, yeah, I'm going to. The 60, and this is a 50, and it's not hard, and you put effort into it. And I'll be doing the same thing with a 70, 80, 110 pound. I'll just put a little bit more force in it, but that one will be probably, I can still shoot those with a thumb ring, no problem. I have a multitude of those right now. And the ones that I've modded, this is the bigger one, which is probably the one I would use. It doesn't have the pronounced lip right here. That's the only thing. So once I get my, thumb around that string and set it, and it'll be just like this. Well, see, that even slipped off. Damn. Let me get the one with the other pronounced lip, because it won't slip off like that. And I don't have any problems with this one. But it's a thicker material, and it covers my thumb better than the little one that I have. And so when you have that little stirrup right there, or saddle, the string goes in there real nice, and you can just hang on and pull back and not have any issues. It doesn't really stress your thumb. If I use this one here, I'm going to have an issue with it not covering my thumb completely. So I'm going to get some string, because it will. Yeah, there you go. So when you look for a thumb ring, that right there, it's got a little groove. It's not bad, but it's not going to do what I want it to do, and hold on to the string for me, so I don't have that much to concentrate on, and I can concentrate on where I'm putting the arrow. I'm very accurate with this one, because I don't have much to do once I get my, and shooting a ping pong ball, grouping, hitting another arrow, is really the objective. I like to do, those types of shots. I see other people doing trick shots where they're shooting a ring, I don't know, through a bottle, through the top part with it open, and arrow come out the bottom part of a glass bottle. Yeah, those are doable shots, but they don't tell you that it takes them 50, 100 tries, something like that. You know, that's the one thing they show you, the impact shot. That's it. You want to hit your target within the first few arrows, and that's pretty much where it is. The ping pong ball shot took only 6 tries, but that those after that I did that group in yellow. Then I did the ping pong ball, and I used a different arrow. I didn't use the same arrow. So those black arrows, and that one was the shortened one because they're 30-inch shafts. I broke one of them about right there where the insert is to where you screw your tip in. I cut it down to 29 inches and it was fine. Glued the crap out of it. I put the insert in and let it set, and that bonded everything. So it was good to go arrow. It's now 29 inches or right thereabouts. So that's a 29-inch arrow with a field point, and those are the types of field points when they go in the target, they don't come out cleanly because they're slightly they have a lip around the that's wider than the shaft of the arrow. But the other field points that I have are the same diameters as the shaft of the arrow, so they come out cleanly without any issues. So it just your equipment is really what you need to concentrate on when you're doing a budget. Get some good arrows that are cheap. You can get 6 or 12 for $32. I can put a link in the description below when I edit where when I redo this, or go ahead and launch this and then go into the analytics or editor and put some stuff in the link or some information in the description box, so that way you guys can get in there and look at this bow and six or 12 arrows, depending upon what you want, depending upon your budget. I ordered a bow and then I ordered the arrows. But at my local Walmart, you can get the Cryptos from Allen Archery uh, for $4.88. You can get a couple of those, one, two, whatever, and they don't come with arrowheads, so you can get the field points are right there, and they're only a couple dollars for 6 of them. And what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to take one of the armor piercing arrows that I have, which are in the other room. I'm going to take those and I'm going to actually mark it. Well, I've already got one marked, and I'm going to actually mill that down asymmetric. The other ones aren't really all that asymmetric, but that's short range stuff. You don't shoot an armor piercing arrow at 200 yards and hope it's going to penetrate. It'll poke a hole in something, but it's not going to go through anything. At close range, 10 yards, 12, 15, 20, you're going to get some very serious penetration. But 10 yards is really going to be where I'm at when I shoot the armor. And I still need to get 1,000 likes on there before I shoot it. So I'm going to promote that video. Make sure I get 1,000 likes on it and then go from there. So, excuse me. You guys just look at the links in the description below. Look at the bows that I'm going to be putting in there. They're very, very budget friendly. The one is about $119 on Prime. Prime is a good idea to get into that. You're going to get some good deals on a lot of things. Clothing, spring clothing, summer clothing is going to be coming up, and they're just going to bombard you. Not bombard you, but you're going to see a lot of deals when you open up your Amazon and go in and start to search for something. You go into the main page, the first page you get before you go into search, and scroll down, and you're going to see a lot of good deals. So being a Prime member has a lot of perks to it. Plus, you get to watch cool movies and stuff on Prime Video, stuff that you don't see anywhere else. That I'm waiting for, like The Wheel of Time. I'm going to wait for the next season coming up and see where that goes. It's a pretty good series. But yeah, getting a deal like this, and there's actually less expensive bows. And I'm going to put one in the link in the description below so you guys can get in and see if you want that. One's only $50, $49 and some change on Prime, and you're going to have a 50 pound, 40 pound, 45 pound, whatever bow you want, 35 pound, great, option to have a 35-pound bow. That's really right there, good practice bow. 30, 35, 40 pounds, perfect. I mean, you can't get any better than that. So, that being said, we're going to do some more archery talk live stream stuff, and we're going to look at how everything works out. And hopefully, this is working out pretty good, but we'll see. We're going to do some series shooting on ballistics gel here in the next month, and we're going to get all that squared away to where you guys can see the penetration abilities of a 35-pound bow. A 45-pound bow is 50. I have a 60, and then the heavy bows that I get, and you're going to see a lot of really gnarly destruction with the way something penetrates. We're going to get some actual body armor, ceramic plates, as well as shooting the dummy with the Roman segmented armor on it, and then we're going to get some plate armor. I have some 20 or 22 gauge steel, something like that, and I have 2 pieces of that. I'm going to cut and manipulate and do a 1 sheet and then double 1 up with clamps, and then do a 3 and 4, and see how that works. So, but we'll be using the armor piercing broadheads for that, or tips for that one, and we'll throw in some bodkin points and some muzzies and some other ones, and see where they are and see how they break and see what they're capable of. And then we'll also be doing some fleshy targets. So probably get a couple of 3D targets and go from there. So you guys be cool. Enjoy the weather. It's going to be 60 degrees here in a day or so. About 2 days, I think. I don't have the weather pulled up, but look for it and check your phone, and it'll tell you exactly what's going on. So we'll see you again. Do, do, do. Do, do, do.